Informed, outspoken, wild, fearless. This is the Fantasy Football Dudes Podcast.
What is up, my dudes? If you're still playing fantasy football, all I have to ask is why. But regardless, all the dudes are here. And yeah, they're all here, guys. There's Jordan, there's Phill, and Seth. Jordan, how you doing? A lot of people have been asking me if you got beer dumped on you last weekend. Is that true?
Negative. That'd be sweet if I was at the game, though. I'd be pretty happy if I was at the game and got beer dumped on me.
In those seats, too.
Yeah, by Dave Tepper.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
That's his name, right? Tepper, the owner who dumped the beer on the Jaguars fan.
Yeah. I don't know if he dumped it, like threw it.
He threw it, but you can't throw a beer like that and not think that you're gonna get somebody, right?
He threw. I think it was.
No, he did it on purpose,
right? It was more like a cocktail that he tossed rather than chucking a beer. Wouldn't you say?
It was probably like a $1,000 thing of whiskey, into the cup that he just chucked out the window. But
looks
that's
clear,
probably
more like a
probably top shelf stuff, right, Phill? Probably, huh?
I've been into a couple of those suites, and they've had all the service that you wanted. And I don't remember. I think there's probably some top shelf stuff, but I don't think
you've been in the owner's suite, Phill.
I've been in some crazy suites, at Staples, some really nice suites, and so I'm sure there are. I just can't remember.
I'm sure that guy gets whatever he wants, right? Like if he wants the top shelf, he's getting the top shelf. Like the guy's one of the richest men in the world, so
he's pretty crazy too, though. I don't know. I heard today that he once bought his ex-boss's house just to tear it down and build a better house. Just the ultimate.
No. It was his boss's ex-wife. So his boss's ex-wife got the house and divorced. He paid more than it was worth to the ex-wife, so she would sell it to him, and then tore it down and built a bigger house. That's crazy. That's insanity.
That's the kind of stuff that you always say you would do if you had that kind of money. I don't know if you would actually do it if push came to shove.
Yeah, I don't know.
You just have too much money, then you know what to do with doing that kind of stuff.
Well, he's just he when you're that rich, that's how you throw a temper tantrum, right?
Yeah, you throw a drink in somebody's face because there's gonna be no repercussions for it. You just do whatever you want.
They fined him 300 G's. 300
I was
G's
talking about that. That's like me dropping a penny in the parking lot.
See how much how much is David Tepper worth?
Yeah, it's still a lot of money. I was talking about buying the boss's house, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what he was thinking throwing the drink. That was just kind of
Seth, you're right. His net worth is $20.6 billion.
Yeah.
So the
$300,000 penny in the parking lot. Yeah.
Maybe more like a quarter, but yeah.
Yeah, probably more like a quarter, but still.
How much more antics like this is he gonna do before the NFL? Just says they're
not going to do anything. He's got $20 billion and he owns a team. They make money off him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they can. Yeah, it seems like he's going a little crazy though. But in other news, Jordan's wearing a new Jags jersey he got for Christmas. Is that Lawrence Jordan or is it Etienne?
Yeah, it's a T-Law jersey.
Do you wish your brother did ask me and Seth?
Comes with extensions.
Oh,
zing.
No, your brother asked if you'd rather have an Etienne jersey or a Trevor Lawrence, and I told him Trevor Lawrence. I don't know what Seth told him.
I said probably Lawrence, and then now after how he's played recently, it makes me think Etienne. I don't know.
No, honestly, who I would have rather had. Not that I told him instead of Etienne, it would have been Ridley. I think Lawrence or Ridley.
Okay. You would have wanted Ridley?
Yeah, I would have liked a Ridley jersey to be sweet.
You look
not
like
Zay Jones.
No.
You would look like a hardcore Jags fan if you had Ridley, I will say.
It's true.
Yeah, Ridley's sweet. I think Ridley's been better this year than what people think, for what it's worth.
You should have got a Josh Allen jersey is what you should have got. That would have been sweet.
That would have been sweet too. But hopefully they sign him to a long-term deal. They need to.
Phill, how are you thinking about, I'm wearing this Norman hat because Phil's team, the Huskies, beat the Texas Longhorns. So I just thought I would wear a Sooners hat. Phill, is that cool, man, that I'm wearing a Sooners hat?
I was going for the Longhorns.
Were you though?
I was going for the Longhorns.
Really? I thought you
And
liked
now
UW.
I'm going for UW.
Wait.
It must be nice when you have like 10 different teams and just one of them's gonna get in.
That's such a good point, though, Jordan.
All right, this is news to me. I thought Phill was going for UW.
Oh, you are so dumb, Trent.
You have
know
a text
exactly.
message that you were going to the Rose Bowl if UW was in it in Texas.
No, Texas and UW because I was going for Texas. All right, my
You've always
brother
been a UW
has
fan.
cheered for. My brother has cheered for Texas since
I thought your brother was a Georgia fan. Can we pick sides here?
No,
Yeah,
my
your
brother's not a
family's all
Georgia
messed
fan,
up.
you idiot. My brother's a Texas fan. So my brother has cheered for Texas since he's been in like 3rd grade. He and I were gonna go to the Rose Bowl if Texas and UW went. I cheer for UW because my family is from Washington. So
Hey, did your brother
I moderately cheer for UW.
Your brother go to the game?
No, we were all gonna go if it was in.
You guys should have still went. You should have still went to New
That's
Orleans.
what I said. I agree. We still should have gone. I wanted to go. But
Phil, I would have went with you.
I know.
You think I'm
We
joking,
honestly,
but I actually might have went with you.
no, I really want to. I've gone to the Rose Bowl once before, and yeah, I love the Rose Bowl. And
I seriously thought you were going for UW.
No,
Phil.
I know you both are so dumb.
I really thought you were. Like, I'm not joking.
Phil,
No.
I'm saying you should have went to New
Texas
Orleans for the game. No matter what, you should have went to the game.
Sugar Bowl?
Yes.
Sugar Bowl? No, I would. Yeah, that's I don't. I was sick all last week. I'm still sick. There's no way that I could have.
There's no way he can walk this one out, guys.
That was a good one.
So anyway, so I'm really confused right here. I thought I was doing Phil a favor.
No, Trent is being
Phil, I
Trent,
seriously
get
thought you
outta
were going
here.
for I thought you were going
No,
for
you're
Washington.
so
I really
dumb.
did.
Trent,
you were so dumb.
Between you and Phil, you guys have like 10 different favorite college football teams. So
Yes,
it's hard
it's
to
true.
keep track of.
Jordan,
I get it. Like
Jordan, thank you so much.
Jordan,
for
who
saying
did you
that.
think he was going for?
Texas.
Oh, you did? I thought he was going for UW because
No,
he
I've
always...
never said that. No, absolutely not. That is absolutely false. I always will go for Texas over basically any other team.
So you like Texas, USC, and UW. Those are your teams.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
Fresno
But
State.
But yes, of course. But I like Texas
Four.
more. I like Texas. I like Texas probably. I will root for Texas more than most other teams.
Okay. No, yeah, I thought that was one of those that you switched when you got married too. Like I really thought the Huskies were your other team. I that's a fair assumption.
Utah. It is a fair assumption. I did not. I was not.
You talk about the
cheering for
Apple
Utah.
Cup more than any other college football game.
No, that is false. I always talk
Is
about the
that
Red River
true?
Showdown.
Is that true, Jordan?
You
Apple
brought it up.
Cup. You do talk about the Apple Cup quite a bit, Phil.
I'm retiring from this pod. I got a new webcam. I'm looking fresh as ever. And you guys are bringing up things that from the past. I cannot believe this. I'm about to.
You gonna put that webcam to other use or what, Phil?
Yeah, give us a subscription on YouTube, guys, at TFF Dudes. We are all looking nice and sharp in 1080p. We're gonna go over all the
Manscaped
week
promo.
18. We're gonna go over all the week 18 matchups. We're gonna give you our picks. Not really any starts and sits. This week's really weird. I don't know why guys still do, season this long. The week 18. I almost think I like the week 16 more than the week 18. So we're going to go matchup by matchup, maybe talk about a little NFL news here and there, a little bit more of a lax show. But yeah, just thought I would, I thought we needed a transition there, really is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we probably should transition. You're in a new studio, huh?
I'm in the living room for right now, doing a little bit of stuff there, but yeah, just not in the den right now. So you want to check that out? I got a little American flag behind me. I believe that's all of our favorite countries. I think that's a safe assumption to say right there, guys.
Yeah,
I don't know. Phil
absolutely
likes to have a few in his back pocket just in case.
No, countries is the one thing that I absolutely do not
I
waver
bet you
on.
Canada, his
Red,
favorite,
white,
is his
and blue,
favorite
maybe.
country.
Yeah.
Knowing
Yeah.
Phil, he's like, he just wants to go farther north, and he's like, Canada, yeah.
Absolutely not.
Seems like it fits his personality and all that stuff too. So
MVP
I'm not
talk.
gonna,
You guys
I'm
want?
not gonna,
You guys
Yeah,
want
go
to talk
ahead.
about some MVP talk? What are we thinking with this?
It's Lamar.
Yeah.
Hands down Lamar.
I think he's locked it in.
Yeah,
I think so.
that's
Too
what I've
big.
been seeing, and I haven't looked at any of the odds, but that's what I've
I
been
can
seeing.
look right now.
Yeah, check those out, Jordan. His stats aren't like crazy, but I think we can all agree he's definitely carrying his team.
Well, yeah, he's the best player in the best team in the NFL, so I think it makes sense. I wish it wasn't a quarterback award.
Oh, yeah,
Otherwise, I would
it's a
still say
lock.
it's CMC. So
Is minus 100 Jordan, or what is he? Plus
It's
150?
minus 20,000.
oh,
Minus 20,000?
Yeah, like so. If I were to bet $1,000, you would make 5 cents.
Oh yeah, it's a lock for sure. Then
What's
If I would've bet
CMC at? Is CMC the
100,000
So
closest?
if you were
You'd make-
a billionaire,
make
you should
five-
just bet all your money.
You'd make $500. Well, yeah, because he's not even playing. Like he's not even playing this week, so he can't even get hurt. Like
can't have a bad
Yeah.
performance.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If you had a lot of money, you should just bet your life savings on this. Make money.
and make your $1,000.
Yeah. Why not?
Jordan did Jordan did what is CMC right now?
I don't think there's a chance. It's a quarterback award.
40 to 1. 40 to 1.
Is he's the closest next though, right?
Mm-mm.
No, it's Dak. 18 to 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
I thought it
Dak
was
actually
CMC.
has better stats, but he doesn't have the big wins Lamar has.
Yeah.
Lamar has some signature wins when you needed him most, right? This will be Lamar's second MVP.
And his
It's a big deal.
performance last week was really good too.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
he beat the Dolphins and the Niners in back-to-back weeks. Like that will do it.
Is
Mhm.
he QB1 on the fantasy season in points? He might
don't-
not be.
I don't think so.
I'm just curious because in my summer rankings, I had Lamar as QB1, which that doesn't always translate to fantasy MVP. But I feel like I was, I kind
I
of
see him
got
at 3. I have
I
him
kind
at
of got
3.
laughed off the pod when I put him at 1. I remember.
Trent keeps receipts. I have him at 3.
And it'll probably drop a little bit next week.
He's
too,
at
right?
I have him at 4.
Him at 4.
QB3, number 4 overall.
Oh, I have him at QB4.
Okay, that's close enough. With bonuses or whatever. Different league scoring and
He's
stuff
like
that.
21 points behind Hurts.
Okay.
It's the rushing
Yeah.
touchdowns for Hurts. Yeah.
Well, and if you look at like the year Cam Newton had all those rushing touchdowns, the amount of yards he ran for compared to like what Jalen Hurts has ran for, it's pretty crazy. Or on his TD runs.
Yeah, I will say though, Lamar, he doesn't have the touchdown runs, but his yards have been great.
Mm.
Oh,
Per
I
game
lied,
rushing
Phil. You were
yards.
right. You were right, Phil.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
QB, no,
That's
I
right.
still have QB4. QB4 here.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know.
takes it back.
60 points behind Allen, actually. Allen's QB1.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was looking at the projections.
No, that's okay. And lately, I've been on fire, guys. I had some nice college plays over on Sleeper, guys. So whoever a Sleeper, enter those dynamic payouts, guys. Dudes 100, I know for sure they'll match up to $100. And off season, take your whole league over to Sleeper too, guys. But the picks have been hot, and what also has been hot is Tyreek's house was a little hot today. You guys see that? What are you thinking about that? No one was hurt. I'm kind of thinking if the fight had been worse, he might have got comeback player of the year next year, coming back from this adversity. But I don't know. Did you guys see his house on fire?
I did not see that.
So it
I'm gonna
only
look at
was
it
like
right
one
now.
bedroom. He left practice, I believe, to go check it out. All pets and people were safe. So that was a big story that happened today. They're going to need him to be hotter than that fire to beat the Bills this week.
He's got a decently sized house.
Decently sized. Oh yeah, it's a nice house. It's a nice crib.
Yeah.
I would imagine, yeah, that's
Actually, it's not decent. That's big. Never mind. Sorry.
I can't believe you guys didn't see that his house caught on fire.
I saw it, Trent. I know what you're talking about.
CNN
Sword.
6 hours ago. Yeah.
Okay. other stuff, just to run through some headlines here. Lamar Jackson sitting with number 1 seed clinched. Rams are starting Wentz, resting Stafford. 49ers are starting Sam Darnold. What else we got? Saquon Barkley wants a fair contract. Jets Wilson out versus Patriots. Is he done in New York? I'm assuming that might be Garrett Wilson, or is that maybe that's Zach Wilson, right? And then
Zach Wilson, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Chiefs Mahomes to sit versus Chargers. Blaine Gabbert to start. So we got a lot of favorite guys QBs starting this week. If we want to get into, week 18, I know Jordan's a huge Gabbert fan. Phil's a huge Darnold fan. And Jordan also likes Carson Wentz. So we'll have some good talk here today, guys. So excited for it. But guys, before we get into all this, we have a quick little message here from the dad. We got some dad moves right there. If you peep the YouTube channel up there, got a little info for him on the top left of the screen. And I'm gonna start this up right here. He had a question for us, so here I'm gonna play it now, guys.
What's up, my dudes? Congratulations on another great season. It's been awesome partnering up with you, doing all the videos, doing the Christmas special with Trent was fantastic. I got a question for you. I've been hearing around some of my leagues and on Twitter. Do you think it's appropriate to give out a belt, a trophy, any championship hardware immediately following the finals, or do you think you should give it out before the draft next year? In case you're wondering how I feel about it, well,
so
that was a powerful video.
He won his
music.
He won his league. What's your guys' take on this? Okay, like as a commissioner of a couple of leagues, it's kind of hard to pay everybody out, get the trophies out. We have a trophy in my league that we put each name on it. Okay. So I can't just go put the name on it the day after the championship and get it to you the next day. Like it's Wednesday. The championship was on Sunday. He's already got the belt. He's been telling me all week he's been begging for the belt. So I guess that's just how they do it over there, that they can just do it real quick. I guess my opinion is if there's no names going on the trophy, you don't need to, you can do it as fast as you want, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think like the optimal thing is like you have a party somewhere in between the end of the season and the draft. The champion hosts the party, and then you give the trophy to him there. That's what I think is.
Yeah,
that's probably like the optimal, or like around Super Bowl time, give them the trophy too, like Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what we do in our league. We have a championship, I guess you can say, ceremony, a passing of the torch almost to say, but sometimes it doesn't happen quite as fast as we would like it to happen. So usually the trophy's given. I always mark the Super Bowl as when I need to get that trophy taken care of. The guy at the trophy shop, they expect me. And then the best place though is Trophy Smack. So guys, head over to Trophy Smack, enter promo code enter www.trophysmack.com/dudes for all your fantasy football trophies and all that good stuff, guys. At Trophy Smack, the sky's the limit. They are the ultimate destination for fantasy trophies. Kick off the new year with a trophy that's not just a prize, but a symbol of victory and bragging rights. So, with that being said, Phill,
Yes, I'm ready to go.
What are you thinking?
The only thing is, Jordan, I, for the life of me, cannot find Lamar on any sleeper stats that he's number 4. I'm seeing 3 everywhere. I'm going to go crazy. I checked I checked projections. He got number 4 on projections. And then when I went to season-long stats, he was on full point, half point. He was number 3 on all of them. I just want to know what I'm doing wrong here.
Josh Allen at 394, Hurts at 372, Dak at 349, and Lamar at 343.
Okay. I have...
Maybe I'm not refreshed. Maybe let me refresh.
I have Allen 385, Hurts 370, Lamar 338, and Prescott 325.
Hold on.
Let me look right now. While you're looking for this, Jordan, it's been a sad week for me. Just maybe a moment of silence for everyone that had Christian McCaffrey take them to the championship and him to just absolutely, get a calf cramp or whatever that was and not be able to finish the game and lead us all to fantasy glory. I lost by 6 points. CMC totally laid an egg for me, and it hurts. It hurts my heart. Everything. Like, I was that close. I wanted to grasp it. I wanted that trophy. I wanted the prize money, all that stuff. So just maybe a moment of silence for all of us CMC owners that just had it way too good this year and wish we could have had that injury that he always has about 6 weeks ago. Would have been ideal. So just a moment of silence.
Moment of silence.
Phil, what did you
Your
say you
hat
had
off, guys.
Lamar
Just
at?
respect.
You had
I
Lamar at what, Phil?
I checked on a couple different sleeper things. I have Lamar at 338.
I have him at 343. What do you have, Dak?
325.
I have Dak at 349.
There
must be a bonus. Jordan, you must have some
be bonus
thing.
stuff.
Yeah.
That league, you might have like 100-yard
bonus.
bonuses or something.
Anyhow,
he is QB. Oh, sorry. This is this week, so I'll let you know when I find it. What are you saying, Phil?
No, I was going to get into the game. We want to start getting. We want to get into these games.
No, let's get into it. Yeah.
All right. So the first game that we have, there is. Correct me if I'm wrong. There is no Thursday night football games this week.
Nope.
But we have 2 Saturday games. We have Steelers 9-7 versus the Ravens 13-3. Current total right now is 36.5. Pittsburgh is currently favored by. I probably should pull up the playoff percentages here, but with Lamar Jackson sitting and Ty Huntley starting, the Bills are actually going to need Ty Huntley to have a good game because they need a Steelers loss, I'm pretty sure, to get into the playoffs. I believe they have to win out, and I believe they need a Steelers win. So they're relying a little bit on Ty Huntley to turn up a bit, and I think he's probably going to do that. But what do we want to talk about here? Just maybe from a DFS standpoint, anything that we want to touch base on in this game?
The Bills aren't in if they win?
If they lose, the Steelers also have to lose.
Yeah, but if they win, they're in.
They're playing. The only reason I said that is because they're playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are coming off a pretty rough loss against the Ravens. So I could expect for them to be comebacking with some heat, is what I'm saying. Like, this is going to be a tough game.
Got you.
Thanks, Lamar. I appreciate it. Go ahead.
Lamar Jackson is QB3 on the season, according to PFF. Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts are ahead of him.
Interesting.
Okay. That's just, no bonuses, no nothing. I don't remember what Phil had there. This game, maybe a Justice Hill game, Jordan?
I mean, I don't know. It's just hard because the Steelers want to win, right? Like the Steelers, if the Steelers win, they have a chance to get in the playoffs, right? So, like, I would imagine they're going to have their full strength. Like, are the Ravens starting their O-linemen? Like, what's the O-lineman situation looking like? I don't know. It's kind of like I don't really trust them. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't like the Ravens here. Like, this is a two-game slate, too, on DraftKings. So, like, it won't necessarily be – I don't know. This is a tough – I don't know. It's tough.
It could be a Melvin Gordon game for all we know. Like, it doesn't make, like – this is a very weird deal with all this stuff.
Like, Justice Hill is like now like important to them too. Like he's like him and Gus Edwards like in a 50-50 split. So like, why are they going to run Justice Hill out there for a ton?
Yeah. So yeah, it could be Melvin Gordon. Do you want to play anyone outside of Ty Huntley? Maybe, I don't know. Other news, I don't know if this is true. Odell Beckham's looking to get a yacht for the wide receivers to go out on.
Not a good move.
Did you see that, Jordan?
I did not see that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's real. Like, I saw it on Instagram. I sent it to you, right, Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know why.
I think it's that joke based on when didn't he take all the Giants wide receivers out?
It could be a joke, but I don't know why you would do that after the ramifications that happened last time
in New York.
A lot of people say that that's still kind of has haunted New York. Did I say that to you on Instagram, Phil?
You did. So here, and just while you're looking that up, Trent, so Jordan, this is what I'm talking about. If 3 games break bad for the Bills, and this I'm reading off NFL Network, their season finale becomes an all or nothing. Steelers beat the Ravens, Jaguars beat the Titans, And if the Texas Colts game doesn't end in a tie, it's basically a must-win game for them.
Yeah,
So
no, I know.
this one is they could go from number 2 seed to
Missing
missing the
playoffs.
playoff completely. If so, this is actually a big game for the Bills with Tyler Huntley backing up Lamar Jackson here. So
my guess is
go ahead.
No, I think Steelers get this done. So like, I don't know.
They have to. They have to, right? The Steelers have to get it done.
It's more about it's more about the Ravens are going to sit everybody.
Yeah.
Defensively too. Like, so that's my biggest concern.
So right here, I heard that OBJ has rented out a massive yacht known as the Spirit of Baltimore, and it'll be taking the Ravens' offensive players on it during some downtime before playoffs. If that's
they're gonna have a bye.
Yeah,
they're having a bye. That's why.
Yeah, didn't the Giants have a bye though too? That when he did it, he did it right at the end of the season. Yeah. So, all right.
Isn't that one picture that's saying like the Giants have been terrible ever since this picture?
Ever since the yacht. Yes, ever since the yacht. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to get a meme past, a meme for Seth not to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to get pretty early in the morning.
I'm a memester.
Yeah, Mr. Meme. I agree, Jordan. Jordan, I'm gonna say Steelers. I'm guessing everyone else is saying Steelers, right?
Yeah.
Do you have last week's totals, Jordan?
I do.
Yeah,
we are right down to the wire in week 18, man. So we got last week. Phill got last 9-7.
That's not a terrible last.
Jordan, me, Seth, and I both got 11-5, and Trent was the winner at 12-4. So that brings our weekly standings to: I have 5. Trent has 5, Seth has 4, Phill has 3. So Phill is eliminated. This could go from either Trent and I could win, or Seth could win and we get a 3-way tie. So like we're right down to the wire here.
What do we even do if that's the case?
I think honestly, in a perfect world, all the listeners want a 3-way tie because that would just be so classic.
We would go like
not a 4-way, a 3-way.
First week of playoffs. First week of playoffs would be tiebreakers,
something like that.
Yeah, or score. No,
that'd
probably
be too hard.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Actually, I have only Seth to catch, and so I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
You're not even gonna win.
I see. Unlike you and Jordan, I play till the very end. I don't care if defeat is imminent. I'm going out on my shield, baby. Something you should probably learn to take a little page out of my.
Well,
book
you are the shield, so
I got.
You remind me of that little guy from 300, Seth. Actually, the guy who couldn't carry a shield. All right, let's move on to the next one here. We have the 9-7 Texans versus the 9-7 Colts. The current total right now is 47.5, and Houston is currently favored by 1.5. What do we want to talk about in this one, Jordy?
Well, it's a must-win game for both teams, right? And this total is quite a bit higher than 47. It's one of the higher totals of the week. So I think we get a lot of offense in this game. On the 2-game DFS slate on DraftKings, I'm just kind of glancing at it right now. I would assume I will have probably Stroud in a must-win game here. And I think I like this Houston offense a decent amount. This Indianapolis secondary hasn't been good all year. So they give up quite a bit of points to the receiver position. But yeah, I think, where's this game at? This game is in Houston?
It is in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So it's in a dome too, which makes this is a good game. This will be, I think, one of the more fun games of the week, I think.
Probably Robert Woods. Is there a chance Robert Woods and Noah Brown don't play? Are they kind of banged up? I think that's what I saw. And if that's true, I think Xavier Hutchinson could be like a deep dart throw, maybe, Jordan, but maybe that'll be popular if those guys both don't play. Am I not accurate on that? Put that stuff in earlier.
Well,
today,
they have
for practice.
They have. Let's see here.
He's sidelined.
Oh, because Noah Brown's questionable too, huh?
Yeah, and I think
if
Robert
Noah
Woods
Brown misses. Robert Woods misses. Yeah, I mean Mechie or Hutchinson, they're both min price too. Honestly, if Noah Brown were to miss, Robert, one of those guys is probably pretty solid. Noah Brown or Woods or
I think Singletary, or is it Damian Pierce? It's one of them, has an incentive they can reach if with a good game in this game. So,
I don't know.
So like,
Singletary's the guy there now.
Yeah, so I think Singletary could get a nice little payday if he has a good game. So that might be a good little like sleeper play. I like what Singletary's rushing prop is. I would maybe go the over there. I don't know. I'm just thinking incentive based stuff you can do there.
The only issue though is Trent. This is a must win game, so it's like it's hard. Like incentives are nice when the game doesn't matter type of deal, or like it's harder when this is a must win game. So like if the pass is going, they're not just gonna get Singletary's incentive, right? Like they got to win.
Did you see? I shared it on Instagram at TFF Dudes, but I shared it was George Pickens and Michael Pittman side by side stats today, and pretty interesting. Like Michael Pittman has 104 receptions, and George Pickens has 63. George Pickens has more receiving yards than Michael Pittman on the season.
Makes sense.
By about 100, but Pickens has been brutal to have. It's 2 mouthpieces and all that stuff, but I don't mind Downs, Jordan, or Alec Pierce.
Yeah.
Maybe a big Jonathan Taylor game. Is the loser out of the playoffs?
There's a way they could get in, but it would have to be like, I think the Steelers would have to win and the Jaguars have to lose and a bunch of I think it's both.
It's pretty much zero. Like there's zero chance. Either team loses, they're out.
Yeah, I'm on NFL.com. It says the Texans have a 1% chance to make it if they lose.
Yeah, I'm also on NFL.com and I see zero. But I mean, what's the difference between 0 and 1%? Not much. So we can just go with.
Should we just argue about this for the next 10 minutes,
Yes.
like we did with Lamar Jackson being
Correct.
3 or 4? Like
that's the content that people come to listen for.
Hey, and also, guys, next Thursday, we are going to have our award show, our Dudes Awards. You won't want to miss that, guys. It's going to be a good one. We'll talk a little bit about the games, playoffs, all that good stuff. But we have all our season awards. It's a fun show. I got all the thumbnails, artwork done for that. You won't want to miss that on YouTube, guys. So go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell, notifications, all that good stuff. Search us on YouTube, guys, at TFF Dudes.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Texans.
I'm gonna go Texans also.
Yeah, I got Texans. I think they're just a better football team. What's who's
Texans.
favored here?
They're favored by 1.5 at home. Houston.
Yeah, no, they're on the road. But yeah, I got Houston.
Are they on the road, Phil?
They are on the road. They're on the road. That was my dude. I almost want to start a pod reset. I think I'm probably usually this bad, but today it just feels like way worse.
Oh, I thought you were doing better. So that's Phil's been sick. He's had a cold for about 3 weeks, so he is doing better. He has the cough there, and
on the strugs. We are moving on to the Sunday games. We have the 7-9 Vikings versus the 11-5 Lions. Current total right now is 45.5. Detroit is currently favored by 3. Seth, what do you think about this one? There's no starts or sits in this game, but what are your thoughts on this? Do you have any thoughts on this one?
I mean, it's one of the best rivalry games, I think, in the game, so I'm excited about that. I mean, the Lions are good. The Vikings, I don't really know. Do they really have a chance? Like, is there slim? So I don't really know what's going to happen there. Like, I think you can expect Justin Jefferson to be really good. Nick Mullins is fine if he's throwing the ball 50 times a game. The Lions have been beat in the air, but I think the Lions will take it. I mean, are the Lions going to be playing everyone? Do we know if that's a for sure thing?
Well, what I'm thinking is it's Dan Campbell, and I don't know what we're going to get out of him.
Yeah.
So I have the Lions have a chance at the number 2 seed if the Cowboys lose.
So I would think they would play, right?
Yeah. So no, it says there's Jared Goff starting, because they have a chance at the 2 seed with the Cowboys loss. But this article says, wouldn't be shocked if Goff was listed for backup Bridgewater. It probably is the timing of that game the same? Like, when is the Cowboys game versus the Cowboys in the afternoon? I bet Goff plays the whole game here. They're gonna try for the 2 seed if they can.
Yeah, I think it just sounds like Dan Campbell. I mean, we saw what happened last week with that whole fiasco, and we also saw Dan Campbell try it for 2 points from 7 yards off. So
incredibly dumb for what it's worth.
Why? Yeah, but it's just his personality. It might be dumb, but I think that's what we can expect, at least from this game, is his attitude.
Would he have done that in a playoff game?
No.
I don't know.
I don't.
Maybe that's a good thing that you actually don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
No, it's incredibly stupid that you don't know what he's gonna do, because you should never be going for 2 from the 7. It makes 0 sense.
Yeah. After the penalty, they should have kicked the field goal. After the interception by Goff, they should have kicked the field goal. Like, whatever the call. Do you see the NFL sent out a message to all 32 teams, a video on how to report the right way? Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't see that.
On Monday, they sent out a video on how to report the official. I guess you have to declare to the ref, and you also have to like wave your hand. I don't know.
That seems like the dumbest thing possible.
Semantics. It's all semantics.
I hate the whole. Let me see if I hate the whole thing of like backing up refs and stuff like that, because I don't think refs are very good. But what I will say is, he should have kicked the field goal after it happened twice, right? Like,
yes, 100%.
So here, this isn't great. Like, this is just something I had here. I'm not going to just argue, but let me share this here. You can see it here. Here's the guy checking in. I guess this is what the ref's saying, or this is what they're saying, but he's saying, looks like Decker physically reports here. You're supposed to swipe your chest to indicate the signal, and he's looking right down. I guess both guys are indicating. I need to dig into it more. Unfortunately,
I don't think it matters. Honestly, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, he should have kicked the field goal and kept the thing going, though.
Yeah.
But to your point though, Trent, I still don't think you know for sure if he kicks the field goal or goes for it. Like I don't know. I could see him doing it. I see him doing it again.
For what it's worth, I think I kind of like Nick Mullins on DraftKings this week. We'll see. I don't know if we need a cheap quarterback or not, but I think Justin Jefferson's in a pretty good spot if he has the effort, the motivation. I think Johnny Mutt's an interesting tight end punt on DraftKings. But yeah, trying to figure out what this matchup. I just think they'll run the ball a ton, Detroit. But
I think the Lions are kind of a scary team. Like, playoffs, you just don't know what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see them going in there into San Francisco and playing the 49ers tough. Like, there'd be some trick plays.
No, they won't. Trent, here's the problem.
Are they on the wrong side?
They're going to get shredded. They're going to get shredded by the quarterbacks. They're like the Eagles. You can't cover the pass. Brock Purdy's going to pick them apart.
You don't think what's it called? So you think the Rams are going to lose the Rams?
That would not shock me if they lost to the Rams. Their secondary is bad, Trent. They're bad.
You don't think they can make plays and string something together? You just got to get hot for playoffs.
Yeah, but you also have to have like a defense.
Yeah. So your
defense isn't good.
You don't think Hutch can do something and get hot? I don't know. I'm just thinking like, I think they can score points.
Like, I mean, yeah, they could score points, but if teams are just going to, yeah.
Okay. Phil, you know, you're the Lions fan of this pod. If that's even true, I don't even know who you like anymore.
I am all in on the Lions. They are my playoff team because I am not going to have a playoff team where I have very little odds, very little chance of having a playoff team for the team that I actually like. So I'm all in on the Lions. I think they figure out how to get it done. Dan Campbell knows how to fire up a team. You could march this group out there the first playoff game of the season, and Dan Campbell would figure out a way to win. That's all I'm saying. So
Are we all taking Detroit here?
I think a lot of coaches could win with this squad, Phil. So I don't know why you're saying that.
If we're bowling or playing chess or maybe even badminton, I think we have a chance against a lot of other groups of 4.
Don't ever tell me the odds. I'm taking Detroit.
Yeah, I'm going Lions here.
The Electric City.
Guys, we're 3 games in, 40 minutes into the pod. We should probably keep this thing moving.
Oh, we're good.
Well, you keep talking about DFS, so I mean, I don't.
You keep talking about the 4 of us playing a playoff game, like.
It bothers me so much. Take out those hair extensions with that Trevor Lawrence jersey, and I'll take this pod seriously. Just go over to YouTube.
I'm sorry that you can't grow any hair.
Like. Yeah. So speaking of hair extensions, guys, you should head over to Manscaped. Promo code DUDES20, 20% off your whole entire order. If you have some hair extensions you're tired of, go to Manscaped. You can use that Lawnmower 4.0 on those hair extensions. It's got a flashlight to use in the dark, all that good stuff. And while you're there, grab some of those nice, silky, smooth boxers. Promo code DUDES20, 20% off your whole entire order, guys. Head over to Manscaped. Phil, what do we have next?
Nexty. All right, we have America's Game of the Week. Seahawks 8-8 versus the 4-12 Cardinals. Cardinals coming off a huge win against the Eagles. Current total right now is 47.5. Seattle is favored going into Arizona. Crazy game. Seahawks have a very low probability of hopping into the playoffs. Even with a win, they only have about 41% chance. As obviously you guys could assume, Cardinals have absolutely no shot. No shot Moreno. What do you guys think here?
I find it interesting that Gannon said Kyler Murray's their, future QB there. Cardinals did a solid last week, helping the Cowboys out, beating the Eagles. That was great to see. I kind of like Michael Wilson. If like for Jordan, if you're looking for a prop or even like a play, I think Michael Wilson's not terrible. And I also don't mind Greg Dortch. Like, I think he's a good play also. James Conner, is this his last game as a Cardinal? He's had a good season, but they can save a lot of cap space if they get rid of him. So I think you can even play James Conner too. But what are your thoughts on this game, Jordan?
I think as long as he's healthy, I think my favorite guy in this game is Kenneth Walker. Assuming he's healthy. If he's out, then Zach Charbonnet. I think Arizona is one of the best spots for running backs, have been all year long. So, yeah, I would really like Walker or Charbonnet. Just depends on who. If Walker plays, love Walker. If Walker's out, love Charbonnet.
Seth, totally random and kind of a deep cut. Does Charbonnet, the way he runs, remind you of Thomas Rawls at all?
Oh, my gosh. Thomas Rawls. Thomas Rawls just got mentioned on this podcast.
Dude, that guy was such a hard runner.
So unrecognizable.
Were you even a Seahawks fan when Thomas Rawls was on the team?
Yes, he was there like 3 years ago.
No, really?
Thomas Rawls, that is a name I absolutely hate and cannot stand. I would love if he never got brought up on the pod again. Remember all the hype about Thomas Rawls?
I didn't hear that.
Dude, he was a stud. I like Thomas Rawls.
Yeah, Seth was 7 when Thomas Rawls played for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I like Charbonnet, but I don't think about anyone like that. No.
All right. I know
Phil,
there's not much
when did you get married?
I'm wondering why DJ Dallas is still on the team, but that's fine.
He returns punts and runs down on kickoffs, Seth.
DJ Dallas is on the team because he has the best mugshot in the league. Like, look at that guy's picture on Sleeper. Like, the guy looks great.
I got married in 2013.
Okay.
Thomas Rawls was there in like 2015.
I know you're about 2 years into your marriage, 2 years into your Seahawks fandom when you became a Seahawks.
Yeah, Phil probably had a jersey.
I should have got a Thomas Rawls jersey. All right,
probably get one for cheap now.
You probably get one for cheap now.
That for his birthday. I'm getting Phil a Thomas Rawls jersey 100%.
It'd be better than that 4XL Russell Wilson jersey he wears everywhere.
You'd probably have to buy it from like the Rawls family because I don't think anyone else has a Thomas Rawls jersey.
They're for sure on eBay.
All right.
Going Cardinals.
I said deep cut. All right. I am all in on the Hawks, obviously.
Bird's Nest. Seth?
I'm going Seahawks. Seahawks for sure, baby. Bird gang.
I got Seahawks.
This is another one of those bird games, Phil. Like, remember that obsession you had with birds as a small kid? Unlike Seth, who just gave people birds. What are you?
You have Seahawks, Trent?
Put it right on their front porch.
I'm going Cardinals.
You're going
All
Cardinals.
right, here
Going
we
Cards.
are moving
Cards
on
up.
to the 7-9 Bears and the 8-8 Packers in a must-win game for the Packers. Current total right now is 44, and Green Bay is favored by 3.5. I mean, what do we want to talk about here, boys? The if the Packers win, they're in the playoffs, so they obviously have they're obviously going to be going all out. But anything here that you guys wanted to talk about?
What color do you wear, Phil? I mean, what size do you wear?
Large.
Large.
Oh, what up? Oh, what up?
Would you fit into an XL?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I got
jersey.
Phil is getting a Thomas Rawls jersey for
How
sure.
much is it?
$27 or best offer. I'm offering $5 right now.
Yeah, see what he says. See what he says. Green
Color
Bay
Rush, Phil. Color Rush jersey.
Oh, that's what he needs. Yeah. I'm going to say Seth's muted right now. I'm going to say that what are you saying, Seth? I think we're losing Seth.
I kept
here,
myself
guys.
unmuted. I said Phil's gonna rip the name off the back now, Jordan.
Yeah, he might just color it out and like put his own last name on the back.
I could just put it, the beginning and the end exactly the same, and there's the same number of letters. So I might just change it to Reyes.
That's fine. That's cool.
Just take it over to our local embroidery spot. I'm sure if you get it for $5, that's technically a steal. But Thomas Rawls, baby, if you come through with the Thomas Rawls jersey, Jordan, that would be insane. Anyhow,
someone might be so mad they still have that they'll give it to you for $5.
Please tell me it's that nasty gray unis they used to wear.
It's Color Rush.
Just move on to the. All right. Get sent to your house in about 2 weeks.
Deonta Foreman. If Deonta Foreman's out, Herbert maybe gets a little boost here.
Herbert's in a really good spot here, assuming Deontay Foreman's out. Packers not good against the run. On the flip side, it's kind of a tough. Bears have been playing well recently. Tough matchup for the Packers, but this is a good game. This game is where? This game in Green Bay?
Yeah, it's in Green Bay.
Yeah. Jordan Love's looked better recently, so
I honestly, this is the game I'm probably the most excited about. Like, Justin Fields is kind of playing for his job. Jordan Love's playing good. I believe he is quarterback. What I have right here, I don't have pulled up anymore. He's a top 5 fantasy points this year. But you see all the fans at the Bears game last week chanting, "We want Fields" after the game.
Oh, were they? I didn't see that.
Yeah. The fans were chanting, "We want Fields" after the game. He played good. DJ Moore looks good. But I don't know. So maybe what would you do, Jordan, right now? Like, you have that number 1 pick and you're the Bears. You take a quarterback, or you taking like Marvin Harrison Jr. if he's there?
I'm trying to trade down a couple spots, then take Marvin Harrison Jr. is what I'm trying to do.
And see maybe give up that first pick. Yeah, you might be able to build up more.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm leaning at also. Bo Melton is a huck and a prayer if Christian Watson's out. So I have on the Packers side of the ball. Probably Tyler Kraft again. I honestly think this is gonna be a pretty good game. Justin Fields said the Packers fans are gonna be loud because there's nothing to do in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers said it's not really a rivalry because the Bears never win. I don't know. I love Rodgers just throwing little pop shots for left field. He's not even there anymore. Like, just egging it on. Phil, what are you? Yeah. I don't know, but I think you fire up your guys here. Good DJ Moore spot. Cole Kmet kind of cost some guys some games last week. He was healthy, and I think he only played like 2 plays.
I don't think he was healthy then.
Yeah. Well, I think he was active.
No, I know, but
yeah.
I am taking the Packers.
I'm gonna go
I got
Bears.
Packers. Trent is going for the win.
Going for it.
Oh man. I'll go Packers.
Follower.
All righty.
Coward.
The moving on here, we have the Eagles 11 and Giants 5-11. Current total right now is 42. Philadelphia is currently favored by 5. Who do we have starting for the Giants this week?
So it says so the Cowboys and the Eagles played the same time. So if the Cowboys get up early, you maybe maybe the Eagles kind of played safe. I don't know. But Hurts is starting because the Eagles need to win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Giant side, this Eagles defense is not great in the secondary. I like Darius Slayton, maybe one of my favorite plays of the week. You got Tyrod Taylor who'll just huck it up to him, and Slayton's been having a good season, and this Eagles defense is really bad. So this is a guy that I think I'm gonna be doing on some underdog plays. Guys, head over to Underdog. I'm gonna watch the game. I'm gonna pick it, and I'm gonna win it. Underdog promo code dudes, and they will match you up to. Sometimes they have that $500 offer. I know for sure they have the $100 offer. Jordan, it was $500 for a while, wasn't it?
I think it still is. I'm not 100% sure though.
So it should be 500. Maybe double check or something. But promo code dudes, guys, head over to Underdog. Lots of fun stuff over there. And I don't know if best ball's open yet, but keep an eye out for that. But I really like
playoff best ball, Trent. You can do some playoff best ball.
Perfect. We probably should do that maybe on the award show. That might be kind of fun.
I'm in.
Trent, so if Devonta Smith misses, I don't know, is Julio Jones in play? Quez Watkins?
What Julio have 2 TDs last week?
2 TD Jones.
But he had 2 targets and 2 catches, so it's kind of and 2 touchdowns. So, but I like the Giants, like you said. I think Tyrod Taylor's in a good spot. I'll sit down as the week goes on and see what if we need cheap quarterbacks or not. But Tyrod Taylor's in a good spot. Slayton, Waller. So
yeah, I'm gonna say I think Eagles win this game.
Yeah, Eagles.
The picks this week I think can be all over the place because with all the backups playing and stuff, I think there's really no telling.
Yeah, I'm going Eagles.
All right, we going Eagles all the way across.
All right, moving on here. We have this game is going to be a pretty interesting one. Carson Wentz is actually starting for the 9-7 Rams versus the 12-4 49ers. Current total right now is 41. San Francisco is currently favored at home. Both teams are a lock for the playoffs, regardless of winning or losing. I think this one probably gets real boring. A lot of backup action. But what do you guys think? I think this one, back to what you said, Trent, this one's going to be tough. Probably, Jordan, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I doubt that there's going to be much here that you're probably playing in this game because there's so many variables.
Aaron Donald's out too. CMC's out. Purdy's out. Puka
he's playing because he needs 30 yards to set the rookie wide receiver yards record. So he's gonna get his 30 yards and be done.
Yeah, I thought is it a reception one too, or is it just yards?
I think it's just the yards.
Okay, so he'll go get that, and yeah, you know how I feel about these games with the records. There's that asterisk, there's the extra game.
So for DFS, Sam Darnold or Tyrod Taylor. I think I'm taking Tyrod Taylor, right? They're very similar. They priced up Sam Darnold this week, assuming Purdy sits. So that kind of sucks. Yeah. Wentz is 4,500. But I just don't know defensively what the Niners will have, and so
I always like Darnold, but it's just he's gonna be thrown to a bunch of backups. I don't think Ayuk plays. I don't think Kittle plays.
No, they're gonna sit everyone, or they're gonna barely.
If he's throwing it all, right?
Yeah, I think Elijah Mitchell's a good play for the 49ers.
Yeah. Let me look at. I was gonna look up his price.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of expensive. Just because they assumed. But Kyron's sitting out, right? Do we know if Kyron's sitting out? Yeah. So you know what that means, right?
Ronnie Rivers.
You know what Sunday is. It's Ronnie Rivers time.
Yeah.
Ronnie Rivers time.
Yeah, that's an interesting dart throw. Just
he's min priced on DraftKings. Min priced.
Okay.
Yeah, Williams is sitting.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how there's fantasy leagues out here that want to do championships this week. And there's more than you think.
That's crazy.
But, basically aren't playing anyone on your team. It's just a waiver wire, pinata.
It's almost like, if you think about it, though, it's almost like the most skilled. This is when it turns into a little bit of like a knife fight, right?
It's like who has the most fab left on their fab left,
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Okay,
like
go out there and
who saved their cheese and crackers on the deserted island, before the plane gets there type of situation.
Man, I would not be good at saving cheese and crackers on a deserted island, but to each their own. If you would have said like beef jerky, like I don't know what the need is for saving cheese and crackers on a deserted island. I don't know if it's like
that's all you have, dude. That's all you have.
Okay, sorry.
I don't know. I very well could.
It's hard for Trent to imagine a world where it's only cheese and crackers. It's hard for him to fathom.
I'm just thinking, like, you tell me, like, hey, you're gonna be on a deserted island. Like, this is the foods you can have. I'm not thinking cheese and crackers. I'm thinking like beef jerky or like a MRE kit.
Just for what it's worth, most people don't go to deserted islands by choice. It's usually like a plane crash. They get dropped off there by pirates. It's not by choice. So you're just happy to have whatever you have there is what I'm saying. Again, why are we having this conversation?
These are some nice pirates that are like, hey, bud, here's the cheese and, salami. So anyways, yeah. Okay.
I'm taking Rams.
I'm going to go Niners.
Oh, man.
McVay kind of has he doesn't do good against the Niners. Niners historically beat McVay up, but it's all backups. So I think I'm going to go with I really want to go Niners, but I really want to go different than Jordan.
I think I'm still going to go Niners here. Niners backups are still better.
You have gone different quite a bit already.
I know I've gone different quite a bit. Yeah, I just need to go one different. I'll go Rams. It's in San Francisco. It doesn't really matter because the 49er fans always have more fans anyways. I'm going to go Rams.
Cool.
I'm excited to watch it, Arnold.
You were pretty high on Darnold coming into this year. I'm pretty sure you said Darnold is going to be the starter.
I said something like that. Yeah, like I said it wouldn't surprise me if he started, Yeah.
You did say that. And technically he is starting the last game.
He's starting, yeah. So I was right again.
You were right. We have the 11-5 Cowboys versus the 4-12 Commanders. Current total right now is 45.5. Dallas is currently favored by 13. Trent, I'm sure you're all giddy and juiced up about this game. Talk to me, my guy. Like, are you worried about the playoffs? Like, what are we thinking about?
I don't feel great about the playoffs, but Dallas has to win this game. They have to get that home field advantage for the playoffs. It'd be great to not face the 49ers until the NFC Championship. Just Dallas is not good on the road, and I don't even know if they're that good at home right now. Like, they're not playing great ball, even though Dax had a decent year. CeeDee Lamb just broke the regular season record, but they have to win this game. Like, it's a must win. It's basically – to be the 2 seed's a really big deal. It's great. The Eagles gave them this opportunity, and they got that Lions win. Shout out to the refs. Just triggering all the Lions fans we have that listen to this pod. It's a must win. I think you can play. Ferguson's been really bad in the fantasy playoffs. And so has Pollard hasn't been that good. Hopefully Dallas can quit fumbling the ball on the 1 yard line. They fumbled the ball on the 1 yard line versus the Dolphins, and CeeDee Lamb fumbled the ball out of the back of the end zone versus the Lions. So back-to-back games with goal line fumbles, that's not how you win games. So hopefully they can get that under control. I don't know what else to say there, but anyone you want to play on the Commanders side? I think Cooks is probably a decent play.
Yeah, so I think my favorite QB wide receiver pairing of the week is probably Dak and CeeDee. If you can make it fit, and I think we're gonna have the value on DraftKings and make that work. I mean, Washington's the best spot for wide receivers, quarterbacks. Dallas in a must-win game. My only concern is that this is my only concern with it is that they get up 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. You're probably not getting the fourth quarter out of Dak and CD. So that's kind of my concern there. But I don't know. Maybe it's enough by then anyway. So
Does
that's kind of my concern.
2 seed doesn't get a bye anymore, correct?
No.
Okay.
They don't get a bye.
Yeah, it's only the 1 seed.
So that just makes me question, like, if they're up 20, 3 touchdowns, are they pushing their guys in the fourth quarter? Probably not. But also, This is a rivalry game. That Washington's going to come. Washington played who'd they play tough last? Who'd they play tough last week?
I can.
Or did they not play someone tough last week? I can't remember.
I can look at the score and schedules right now. Week 17, Commanders played. Yeah, here.
They pushed the Niners. And they pushed them. Like, it didn't feel like. I feel like that game was fairly, like, it was 20-10 in the fourth quarter, wasn't it? So, yeah.
And Terry McLaurin had a good game too. That was my start of the week last week. I wrote a nice little poem about him. Yeah.
And this game's in Washington, so
it's in Washington. I'm going Dallas wins.
Yeah, I got Dallas wins too.
Yeah, for sure, Cowboys.
But I think Washington pushes them enough to where I think we get 4 quarters out of Dak and CD.
Okay. All right. What we got next, Phil?
All right. We have the 7-9 Falcons versus the 8-8 Saints. So just a quick breakdown for you guys. If the Saints win, there's a 48% chance that they make it to the playoffs. Falcons shockingly still have about a 33% chance behind Arthur Smith to make it in the playoffs with a win. The current total right now is 42. New Orleans is currently favored by 3.
Last week I thought maybe the Falcons might play a little bit better. I thought Bijan might get a little bit more involved. You can't trust him. You can't trust him. Saints, Derek Carr came out today and said he's willing to restructure his contract depending if the Saints lay out what they want to do in the future and all that stuff to help keep him around. I think that's just because of how he's played so far this year. But Chris Olave, another guy that totally killed your fantasy season last week. It seems like Carr threw touchdowns everybody but him. I think Saints win this game. I don't see a world where they lose it.
Yeah, I think Saints win this game. And even though both teams are in must-win spots, I don't really like this game for DFS. I don't like Falcons games in general. So I got Saints.
I'm going Saints also.
Saints.
Child Saint Nick. Seth, what are you thinking? Seth, you're on mute, buddy. We'll let Seth get back to that one there. Phil, what do we got next?
All right. We have the 9-7 Jaguars versus the 5-11 Titans. Current total right now is 40. Jacksonville currently favored by 5.5 on the road. Jordan, I know this is your game. Seth, did you want to give who you're taking in that last game?
Yeah, I'm going Saints. Sorry, the button was not working.
No, don't sweat it.
Switching to the finger.
Don't worry about it. Jordan, going back to you here. Your Jags, like what are we thinking here, man? What are you thinking about this game?
Yeah, I think they win. I think Trevor Lawrence comes back and this game is in Tennessee, but I don't know. Like, I don't see what Tennessee has to play for, except being a spoiler. So yeah, I think Jaguars win. T-Law is playing this week, I think. And they might even get Christian Kirk back, which would be nice. So it's possible. He's a possibility to play this week. But yeah, I think the Jaguars win. And honestly, even if Beathard plays, like, I think they win with Beathard. So
do we know if we got Will Levis back, or is this gonna be a Tannehill game?
He didn't practice. I would be surprised if they push him big time, but like, I hope Tannehill plays. Like,
Is there a
he's no
world
good.
where the Jaguars don't? They have a 73% chance of making playoffs.
They can get in if they lose. It takes some other stuff to happen, but like the Ravens would have to win, and I don't know if I see that happening. So,
Yeah, they're in the hunt. They're not on the bubble. So
yeah. And then like, yeah, so on DraftKings, like Christian Kirk is minimum price. Like if he plays, like he's a really good play.
okay.
And like if Beathard play, like I think I like the Jaguars quarterback situation here. Tennessee's bad against the pass. You got Lawrence. If Beathard were to play, I think Beathard would be a great play on DraftKings. I think Spears is probably pretty solid, but I don't know. I like the Jaguars here. I think Jaguars take care of business.
I'm gonna go Jags.
Yeah, Jaguars for sure.
Jaguars. All right,
Maybe
moving on.
it's not. It's not in Jacksonville, so there will be no swimsuits on mascots. Unfortunately, sorry for all our listeners who got their hopes up there. Phil, what do you got next?
Yeah, maybe it was that the Jaguar with the swimsuit that got the beer poured on him. You never know. Like no one sees the person who got the alcohol tossed on him or whatever beverage. It could have been water.
I would love to know who that guy was. They should have given
We
that
should
guy
get
free
on the
tickets or
pod.
something.
Get them on the pod, Trent. Why have you not reached out yet?
That's like
Get our booker to reach out to them, please.
How come no one has said like, yeah, that was me. This is what I got. I feel like that fan should have got something.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely. No, I mean,
For what it's worth, you can't see the fan in the video, but
I
gets
couldn't see
hit?
it. I couldn't see them.
yeah, you can see him.
Oh, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen the fan get hit with
Early,
with the
it's
beer.
early. You gotta look at the guy early in the
Yeah.
video.
Okay.
Yeah, before it swings back to him.
You're right. The guy
Yeah.
comes up and he starts climbing up. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yep.
Okay. My bad.
All
Phil,
right.
Read us the line here. You know, you're
Moving
leading me
on here.
astray.
The 11-5 Browns versus the 8-8 Bengals. Current total right now is 38.5. Cincinnati is currently favored by 6.
Yeah, Cleveland's basically Cleveland's sitting everybody, right? So Jeff Driscoll's starting at quarterback, and then the Browns are gonna sit everybody pretty much. So I don't know. Bengals are eliminated from playoffs though.
Bengals are out.
I wonder if
Although
Chase
the
even plays.
Yeah. There's no need. With that being said, I guess Bengals is what I would lean on playing here.
Yeah, I think
This is a-
Bengals, but like,
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I don't really
Bengals,
like it.
but I don't. Yeah, it's gonna be a bad game.
I mean, Jeff
not gonna be
Driscoll's
fun.
bad, so like, and Driscoll's just gonna run a ton. So like, I don't
Driscoll,
know.
that's Florida Gators, right? Yeah, I think you have to go Bengals. I don't know if we really need to spend more time on it. Like
No, this game's
this
ugly.
early in the
What's
week, we don't
No.
really know who's playing.
What's the total? Like
like-
35? Is that what it is?
The total is 38.5.
37.
maybe
Or, I see
could have been-
37.
Yeah, that could have been when I
37.
put this together. You know, maybe more guys have sat since then. It seems like the totals are moving a lot right
Yeah.
now as we do all of this.
Are we all taking Cincy?
I am
Yes.
Phil. Phil,
I
just
am
go
taking-
Browns.
Yeah, I am going Browns.
You're a huge
Um,
Flacco guy. You gotta root for Flacco.
The no, that's not why. Here's what I'll say. I just rewatched that video. I'm not saying that you should never throw a drink at someone. You should never get into an altercation with someone. But like, what was that fan thinking? Like, why was he just chirping the owner? Like, what is
Why?
like?
Because he's
I al-
drunk.
There's a possibility, although his body language looked like he was more sober than staggering. So it's just like, what is going? Like, why is the question? Like,
He's
to the
definitely
whole
under the
scenario is
influence.
why.
That's for sure
Yeah.
the answer.
I would
question
agree.
answer.
I would agree with you there. Although I don't know if the owner was right. Like he looked, like he had all of his
Dignity.
whatever. All right, let's just move on here. I probably should stop studying the tape here. but I went back because I wanted to see the fan who did it. The Bucks are currently 8-8. The Panthers 2-14. Let's add another loss on that. The owner threw the drink at the guy. They're 2-15. The current total right now is 37.5. Tampa Bay is currently favored by 5.5. I could easily see in the future, if an owner does something like this, that the NFL will do other things that could negatively impact the team, as honestly I think they should. Yeah, well, let's talk about this one. This one seems like a fun one.
Fire the cannons. I think Baker has to bounce back here, right? They're in the hunt. Who do they need? If they lose, they have a 1%
they win.
chance.
They are they not?
They have to win. They have to win.
In.
I think they have to
If
win.
they win,
yeah.
are they in? Or it's just between them and the Saints? Like
if they win, it's a 99% chance. The Saints are in. It's a 51% chance if the Saints win.
So wait, if the Bucks win, are they in?
Yes,
99% chance. Yes.
Because they have the tiebreaker over the Saints.
Yeah.
Yep. If they
Gotcha.
win, and then if the Bucks win, if the Saints win, there's a 48% chance that they're in.
Yeah. No, the Bucks are winning this game. Rashad White,
Yeah.
huge game. This is a great spot for Rashad White. Yeah.
Rashad White, another guy that absolutely just, wedgied your fantasy team last week after carrying him the whole entire season, like front and back wedgie right there, like terrible. Baker wasn't much better. I don't think Mike Evans did it. Like Mike Evans, we said was a good play because Lattimore wasn't playing. He didn't do anything either. Like it was just a weird deal. I don't know what.
No one did anything on the butt. Like it was just.
I don't know if Baker had scurvy or what it was, but yeah.
Well,
bad
Baker
deal
got a
for
rib
the Pirates.
injury. Baker has a rib injury.
Do you know what scurvy is? Lots of Pirates get scurvy, Seth.
Yeah, I know what it is. I just thought it was funny, Trent.
He's just
Thanks,
shocked
Seth.
you knew what it was, Trent.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I didn't know you were so educated.
Yeah.
Thanks, Seth. I think.
Trent is a
going
huge
Bucks.
citrus guy. He never would get scurvy.
I got
Huge
Bucks.
what?
Citrus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Buccaneers here as well.
Yeah, Bucks all the way across. Phil, take Panthers, just be different.
Bucky's. All right, moving on here.
Not a sponsor.
But should be the 6-10
Will be.
Jets versus the thank you, Seth. 4-12
That's
Patriots.
nice, dude.
Current total is 30.5. New England is currently favored by 2.5. This is at this point, why play? Just go home. Honestly.
Guys, 30.5 is like crazy low. Like, what is
No,
we
it's-
doing?
yeah, why are we? Yeah.
Well,
We
that's
might
what
get
I'm
below
saying.
30. We might get below 30 by kickoff.
Yeah.
Here's the
there's
thing,
Pop
get all the
Warner games
stands
with
in the
higher
stadium.
spreads.
Yeah, get the stands in the stadium, flip a coin. We'll win the winner of the coin toss decides, and just have a huge party in the stadium. Get the fans what they really want. Sign some autographs. Let's be honest, neither team's play this year has really necessitated an 18th week, right? Let's just move on from this. If Rodgers is there, maybe this would be fun, but this is I'm just gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna guess Jets.
I don't know.
Trevor
though.
Simeon and Bailey Zappi. Golly.
Whenever we start this, when Trent starts a sentence with "I don't know," we're going to talk about this unnecessary game for the next 45 minutes. So buckle your seatbelts.
Here's what I'm going with. Bill Belichick goes out in the shield. Last game as a Patriot coach, wins the game. That's the narrative I'm going with. He wins 10-3. 10-3 win. Last game as a Patriots head coach.
All right.
Zeke
Patriots.
carries him off the field. I think you're right, Jordan. Belichick gets it done here. He's not losing to Trevor Simeon. The Patriots have showed some fight here, recently. Not that they've looked great on offense, but
It's
win
in
their
New
game
England. In New England, Bill Belichick's last game, he's getting it done.
yeah.
Yeah. I hate how much Trent chirps me for liking the Seahawks and talking about them on every pod. There was no reason to bring up Zeke at all in that during this conversation, and he finds a way to enter Zeke into the conversation.
good
I
one,
hate
Phil.
you, Trent.
Good job.
Who's a
Phil.
bigger fan here, Phil of Russell Wilson or me of Zeke? I think Phil Because Phil like made the
No.
Broncos his third favorite team last year.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Phil, you almost didn't podcast last week because Russell Wilson got benched.
That's true. That's facts.
Trent, but you did just sing the praises of the Patriots for the last couple of weeks. You're like, man, they fought really hard. Like,
Zeke's
Yeah.
looked good.
The problem is that I'm joking, you are serious, or we can't tell if you're actually joking or not. That's the problem. When you sell the joke that well, we're not sure.
I can tell you're joking, Phil, when your lips are moving. So, anyways,
Ooh.
I'm
Oh,
going
my
Patriots.
we know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
moving
still
on
stick
here.
with Patriots.
Oh, sorry, Seth. Thank you. Do you have the?
Are you going to cry at being Belichick's last game, Phil? Like, people will be crying at this game.
Yeah, I think people. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I personally didn't really like Belichick that much, but I know that there are people who enjoy his coaching. Like his, I'm more of a Mike Leach guy. Like Mike Leach was not like a very like he talked, but he wasn't like overly talkative. Whereas Belichick says nothing. I'm a Mike Leach guy. That's what I'll say.
I don't think you can put Mike Leach and Belichick in the same category. They're both
That's what
old.
I'm saying. Because Leach used to keep his answers very short, but he also at times would have sparks of like being pretty funny overall. Whereas Belichick is just like, I don't know, a wet blanket, man. Like I don't know. Like I can't
Oh.
imagine.
A wet blanket.
You think he's like an entertaining guy, Seth?
I don't know. No.
Seth might have a thing
You're
for wet
probably right.
blankets. It might be a bad analogy.
Maybe wet back blankets is the bad analogy, but I'm just saying like not a pushover. That's not the right, like he's just like, he's not a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what he does. He's definitely not
You
going to
get
be
pumped
doing,
to play for the guy.
maybe behind closed doors, he's someone who you get excited to play behind, you know?
Can we move on?
Again, I'm going
This game is a
Patriots.
30 and a half total, and we spent 10 minutes talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Bills-
We have the
yeah.
10-6 Chiefs versus the 5-11 Chargers. Again, playing against the Chargers this late in the season, probably could have just coin tossed and moved on. Or just, again, like I said, probably just put the W in the Chiefs corner. Current total right now is 36. Although I will say, and this can't be right, the Chargers are favored by 3. Is that because everyone on the Chiefs is sitting, Trent? Someone
Yeah.
give me that correct line.
Gabbert starting.
Yeah.
Kelsey needs 16 yards for his 8th straight 1,000-yard season, so maybe he plays for a little bit. But
I still think the Chiefs win.
you think so?
Yes.
Blaine Gabbert. Jordan,
Doesn't Blaine Gabbert have two playoff wins?
He for sure has.
No, that was Chad Henne.
Chad Henne. My apologies.
Both former Jaguars.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Mm.
Jordan has both their jerseys. No big deal. I'm gonna say Chargers at home. Probably more Chiefs fans here.
Sure. I'll go Chiefs.
Easton Stick.
You said Chargers,
Oh.
Trent?
I'm gonna go Chargers. I don't love it. Seth, what are you doing? You look like you're lost in deep thought.
Yeah. The Chargers are terrible. I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, it's definitely the Chiefs. I agree with you, Seth.
Yeah,
All right.
You know what, Phil? I'm so bad at this pick. I'm like, you're like trying to tie for third place right now. So I can just follow my lead.
You just hit me with the
Ooh.
scoreboard, and you know what? I have no rebuttal because I am in last place. All right, moving on here. We have the 8-8 Broncos versus the 7-9 Raiders. I think this is like Flint, Michigan Mega Cup. Like this is. Did you guys ever watch Semi-Pro, the Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl? This is what this game is like. This is what this game is like. Both teams are going out on their shield. And this one's like, if you tune into any games this week, I don't care if a playoff spot is on the line. This is going to be the best game of the whole weekend. I can guarantee you something wild is going to happen in this game. And yeah, that's all I can say. I guarantee this is going to be a nail biter. This is going to be a fun one. Who knows? Crosby maybe body slams Russell Wilson on the sideline. This is going to be an incredible game. Like you have to admit, like these two teams have just been like vying for nothing. Like they
you just brought up Russell Wilson getting body slammed on the sidelines, and you claim I'm a bigger Zeke fan than you are a Russell Wilson fan.
I was gonna say Sean Payton, but then I thought I would lean into what we talked about
You
earlier.
said Russell Wilson, and you realized he's not playing, and you had to save yourself. This is
on
what
the
I'm talking
sideline.
about.
No, on the sideline.
Raiders. Yeah, I don't know. Should I have cut off Phil's rabbit trail right there? Probably not. I think it was going somewhere interesting. I don't know if it was going to help anyone though.
I just cut the best promo for this game. I think this game. I honestly think there's no quit in either of these teams. Like there is absolutely no quit in either of these teams. It's gonna be all gas, no brakes. We may get a couple flea flickers in this game. No joke. Like it's gonna be a Pop Warner Senior Championship football style game.
Raiders want to win for their coach. They want to win for Pierce.
I'm going Raiders.
I'm going Raiders too.
Yeah, Raiders.
Dude, big Tone is going to go out on a high note. Like I don't foresee the Raiders losing this game. Tone, I'm all in on Tone. Chips are in.
Stop calling him Tone. No one calls him.
His
Tone.
name is Antonio. People call him Tone. Guaranteed.
Who calls him Tone? Hey, Coach
Crosby
Tone.
absolutely calls him that.
You see the Raiders. I think Mark Davis mentioned Harbaugh today. Did you see that, Jordan? There's a report
no,
about that.
I didn't see that.
Devontae Adams said the locker room wants Pierce and AKA Tone, and yeah, so we'll see what happens. He definitely fits the Raider persona, the smoking in the locker rooms, all the stuff. Like I think Pierce would be the best thing for the NFL with the Raiders. It's just let's let this guy drive the ship for a year. You know what I'm saying?
Like he's got some Dan Campbell attributes to him. Like he's a player's coach. Like he gets people fired up. He's in the locker room getting gritty with everybody. Like he is a player's coach. It seems like they didn't become playoff almost relevant until he took over is what I'm saying.
True.
Can you believe he took basically a 1-5 team and almost made them playoff relevant?
No, I agree. Yeah, he looks good. Like you almost could throw him in, Coach of the Year award, but I think it goes to Stefanski. It has to go to Stefanski. It's not going to Campbell. It's going to the Browns coach of the year. As much as everybody wants it to be Campbell, it has to go the Browns coach.
Who's Shane Steichen?
That's an old QB, right? Where'd
Who's
Steichen
he
go?
the coach of? Who's he the coach of?
Sorry. Steichen.
Stefanski is
Steichen, isn't that at Indianapolis?
The big favorite. That's Reich.
Yeah.
Why do I not know who Shane's his coach is?
He's the head coach of Indianapolis.
Am I wrong, Jordan?
No, you're right. He's the head coach of Indianapolis.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. Head coach of Indianapolis. I don't know why. Anyways, I was confused.
I'm going Raiders. We got one more game, Phil, and I think this might be it. This is another good one.
Final game here.
Of the regular season.
Of the regular season. This is closing us out on a high note. We have the 10-6 Bills who need a win versus the 11-5 Dolphins. Current total right now is 49.5. Buffalo is currently favored by 3 in MIA. Let's talk about this one, gentlemen.
Well, what are the Bills on a 4-game winning streak?
They are on a 4-game winning streak.
I think that continues. Does anyone think the Bills lose this game? They're traveling to Miami.
I think the Bills win.
I think you gotta go with Bills. Maybe a good spot for James Cook to bounce back. He hasn't looked great as of recent.
Yeah, I could also see like they look at what Lamar did this Dolphins team last week, and I could see Josh Allen just having a field day in a must-win game.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna let Josh Allen go to work here in this game.
Yeah. Bills have not lost since they played the Chiefs. They beat the Chiefs in week 14. So I don't think they have lost since they played the Eagles in week 12. So they're definitely on a burner right now.
Basically, the Bills have to win to get in the playoffs, right? Like,
no, if the Steelers lose, essentially, yes.
Yeah,
they do.
So,
they do need to win this game.
So like, I'm gonna take, and the Dolphins don't, right? So I mean, if they win, they win the division, right? If they lose, they're still guaranteed a wild card spot. So like, the Bills have way more motivation than the Dolphins.
This is kind of one of those things, though, like the Bills did beat the Dolphins last year in playoffs, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
What's Tyreek Hill at receiving yards wise on the season? He's not going to get the 2,000 like he said.
No, missing that game messed him
up.
He's
at 17-7.
Yeah, 17, he has 12. He has caught 12 TD passes, though.
I mean, technically, it's possible for him to get the 283, but I mean, it's the 247 from Calvin Ridley's record. Yeah, him getting hurt kind of hurt him.
Yeah, I think Bills win this game.
I got Buffalo.
This is the best game of the week, I think.
Yeah, Sunday night game will be fun.
It wouldn't surprise.
Would
it surprise you if the Bills just beat the brakes off of them, though?
It surprised me a little bit.
Dolphins can't lose 2 back-to-back games. Just get absolutely murdered, though.
I think it's going to be a close, good game. Perfect for Sunday night when you have a bunch of terrible games played before it. So,
did you guys see all the Dolphins fans complaining about the Ravens running the score up on them?
No.
On Twitter, they were all complaining about the Ravens running the score up on them on Twitter. This one guy just said, "Where were you guys when the Dolphins beat the Broncos 70-14 or whatever it was?"
It's like 72 to guys,
You have no room to talk. Interesting A-chain spot if Mostert doesn't play. Jordan could have another big game.
Yeah,
they use him a lot. I don't know what Waddle's status is. Maybe even a deep, deep play Jeff Wilson. You're waiting for a touchdown that's being very touchdown dependent. I liked seeing what I saw at A-Chain last week. He got some TD catches, or he had a TD catch, and just it's really good. Like, I could see him being very involved in their playoff run. But yeah, I'm going Bills, and I don't. Maybe Dalton Kincaid finally has a good game. It's been a while though.
Yeah. What do you guys, Seth, Phil? What are you guys doing?
I'm going Bills.
Okay. And then we got to do a score here. I'll go first. Actually, Trent,
you want me to just go first?
Okay. No, because you're last, so you go last. But
I don't know if you know this, Phil, but we do have an order on how we do this.
I think, Trent, you actually go first because you just tied me. So,
okay, I will say that this game is going to have 51 points.
What's the total? The total is
42, Jordan. No, I'm just kidding. It's
48 and a half. You said what, Trent? You said what?
51, I think is what I said.
Okay, I will go 52.
Seth?
I'm going to go, let's do a 40. Let's go 49.
I'm going real low here. I'm going 45.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, like we said, we have our award show coming in next week. You won't want to miss that. Next Thursday, we'll have all of our fantasy football awards. Unless something crazy, if something crazy happens, we might come sooner than that to you. But we got our awards next Thursday. It's been a fun season, guys. Remember, don't be rude. Share the dudes. Really helps us out, guys. And until then, take care.
This has been another episode of the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast, Remember to rate, review, and follow. For more information, go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. And remember, we are sorry for absolutely nothing.